Hi guys, welcome to VIP Kid. My name is Teacher Christy. I'm here to talk to you about today how you can make money teaching with VIP Kid in the evenings. If you're like me, sometimes getting up in the morning is not very easy. I am not a morning person whatsoever. I would rather stay up later. I'm definitely a night owl. But I also do have a brick and mortar job as a regular classroom teacher. And so I have to get up about 5:45 already in the AM to get myself ready and 3 kids ready and to be out the door and at work by 7:30. So getting up and teaching early in the morning is not really an option for me. Just because it would just be a lot harder for me to get up early, and I would prefer to stay up a little bit later in the evening and get my teaching done. It's not as common to teach in the evenings as it is in the morning because of all the hot hours, built in the schedule. Those are going to be a lot, those hours are going to be a lot more needy. So the hot hours right now are about 5 a.m. and then through 8:30 a.m. So I like to teach in the evenings after I've put my kids to bed. Like I said, I have 3 kids. They are ages 4, 5, and 8. And so they do require a lot of attention and stuff. So I like to come home from school. We get home about 5 or 5:30. I like to cook dinner, get them their baths, get them in bed. I try to have them in bed as close to about 8, between 8 and 9 as I can. And sometimes, as most of you other moms know, that can be very difficult to get them on a schedule. So I want to make sure that I open classes to where my kids are going to be in bed and I'm not going to have to worry about them getting out of bed and needing this and that. And hopefully by the time I start teaching, they're already asleep or very comfortable where they're on their way to being asleep. I myself, I'm in Texas, so I am on Central Time. And teaching in the evenings, you can actually make a lot more money in the fall after the time change when we fall backwards. That allows me to start working. I can start about 10 p.m. and get pretty good solid bookings. Sometimes open up at 9:30 p.m. But really from 10 p.m., onward into the night will be really easy to book. However, now that it's spring and we've had the time change, those hours don't book as well. And so the 11 p.m. and onwards, really 11:30 p.m. is a real hot hour in the evenings where you can get almost guaranteed a booking if you open it. And so when I'm in the fall and it's spring backwards, I will teach Monday, Tuesday. I always take Wednesday off. Thursday, Friday, and Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I will teach from about 10 to 11 or 11:30. It just depends how much hours you want to put into it. I always try to open up at least 20 classes a week. That will give me, I know, at least $800 a month. And so it just depends. Sometimes I fluctuate between wanting to make about $600 a month to about $800 a month. And so right now with the time change, I'm having to open slots. Like 10:30 slots aren't booking as well. Like every now and then I'll get one. But really the 11 p.m. and onward, as long as you want to teach. Me having to get up early though, I can't teach that late on a school night. So I usually just teach for about an hour in the evenings from about 11 to midnight on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And Fridays though, Fridays and Saturdays, I start teaching sometimes about 8 p.m. and I will book solid from 8 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays from 8 p.m. up until the wee hours of the morning as long as you want to teach and just book solid. It just depends on you and what you like and the schedule you like to create for yourself. I always take Sundays off. So I try to always take a weekend day off, which is Sunday. It's not a real vital money-making day like Friday nights and Saturday nights. And I always take Wednesdays off because it's just kind of right in the middle of the week. And it just kind of allows me to have a breather and give me some time, like a school night, to work on grading papers or spending more time with my family, whatever I need to do. And so that's kind of how I do my schedule. And as long as I can teach at least 3 classes on Monday, 3 classes on Tuesday, and 3 classes on Thursday. And then I will give or take on the weekends. It really just depends on my effort level and how much I'm needing money. I'll either open like 4 classes on Friday or 4 classes on Saturday, or up to 8 classes on Friday and 8 classes on Saturday. Right now, I'm not, at this point of the year, as regular classroom teachers, when we're this close to May, I, as much as my own students, am like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel for summer. And so I don't have a real big work ethic at the moment. Taking off a lot of time right now. Right now, I'm only teaching like 1 class. I have like a regular that I've pretty much, I've been his only teacher for the past year and a half. And so he's like one of my favorite regulars. And so I'm only teaching him pretty much right now on Tuesdays or Thursdays. I have opened up another slot. I teach him at 11, and I've opened up one at 10:30, and the 10:30 slot doesn't book as well. And I'm not opening an 11:30 right now myself, just because I'm exhausted. I teach 5th grade, and so at this point I'm getting ready for STAR testing and all the stuff that comes with the end of the year. And so I'm just tired. I'm just exhausted, and I'm a little bit worn out at the moment. I've been teaching with VIP Kid though for over a year and a half. This July will be 2 years that I've been with VIP Kid. And so it kind of fluctuates my work ethic ability. Like, I love the job so much. I love the fact that I can do this from home. After I put my kids, to bed, I can just walk upstairs and come sit down at my computer and teach class. And my husband, as long as my kids, are taken care of and in bed, my husband can be at work and I'm at work. We're both at work and the kids are here at our house. We're not having to pay a babysitter because it's, their bedtime and they're in bed. And I feel like that aspect of it works out a lot better versus, some people that teach mornings have to worry about, when their kid's going to wake up and if they wake up early. And for me, I know when kids, kind of first go to sleep, they're out. So I know that my kids are going to be out and asleep, and I'm going to be able to get my teaching done. And so that works out very well, for me and my schedule and my family. But if you're interested in working evenings, there is definitely money there that can be made. You do have a lot more options in the morning, but it just depends if you're available to work nights, like fully work nights. You could book yourself from, if you're around Central Time, or if you want to do the math to convert those hours, you can work from, about 11:30 p.m. up until, whenever the next day, and work nights that way, which sometimes when it's summer vacation, I'll actually do that. I'd much rather stay up and work overnight instead of wake up in the morning. Although I have done it where I wake up in the morning and for me, I'm just exhausted. And you get different kids. Like, when I teach only in the evenings, I have I get new kids, here and there, but I have some pretty set regulars that I know I'm going to see every week at my certain times in the evenings. And when I switch it up in the summer and I teach mornings, I get a whole different bunch of kids, versus like some of my regulars that I have on WeChat. I'll let them know my time difference and we'll do it. And we're both off. Like, I feel exhausted getting up in the morning, and those kids are used to taking class with me in the morning, and so they're taking class in the evening at that point, and they're really tired. And one of my regulars, when I told his mom on WeChat, this isn't working out for me, I'm switching back, and she goes, when I was watching the class, I could tell that both of you seemed exhausted. And, it works out much better when it is the other way around for you too. And I was like, yes, I definitely know that. I'm definitely not a morning person like that. And so working evenings it's been a blessing for me. Like I said, it just really depends on your work ethic and how much work you want to put into it. VIP Kid can also be real dangerous in the fact that you in your mind might know that every click on a box that you do, that's money. Every time you open up a slot, that can be $10. That's $10. That's $10. And that can be something that's good, because if you need to make a certain amount of money at the end of the month, you can open up, whatever slots that is gonna bring you money. And so it just depends on you and how much that you would like to get done and want to make. And so just don't burn yourself out. My rules that I make for myself is try to at least make sure that you can get in at least a two days a week off that you can spend with your family or just spend relaxing. Because when I first started with VIP Kid, I never took a day off. I just worked every single day, and it might only have been like an hour or two, on the weeknights at night, and then I would really book it on the weekend evenings. I'd work like 4 hours Friday night, 4 hours Saturday night, and then before you know it, I would be like exhausted, almost like a walking zombie. And my family would notice, you just look so tired, you've got dark circles under your eyes. And I was making really good money though, but my body was really feeling it and my family was feeling it. I was so exhausted. And so I definitely recommend, if it is possible for you, to make sure you're at least taking 2 days off a week to re-energize yourself. And if you can fit it, take a week off here and there if you can afford it. You'll notice how much, how excited you are. Like when I have spring break for my school, I took the whole week off, and when it was time to work again, I was so excited and just so refreshed and rejuvenated to see my students. So always remember to sharpen your saw and take time for yourself. And if you caught that, yes, my brick and mortar school does the 7 habits. So that's where that came from. But anyways, so that's just a little tip on how you can make money working for VIP Kid in the evenings. If you have any questions, please comment them below, and I will definitely try my best to answer them. So thank you, and teach on. Bye.